All right, everyone, we're about to get started. Go grab your wine, grab your tea, and meet me back here in 30 seconds.
Casey at Night will start in 30 seconds.
And now, introducing Casey Carter.
For the cup, I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up. I got horses in the back, trunk in the front. Exterior red and that inside buttercup. I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Carter.
Oh my God, I can't believe that didn't work. Seriously. Hold on a second. Where am I at? Gotta hate when stuff doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Ah, okay. Hi, I'm Casey Carter. Welcome to the show. Okay, so I'm 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 here for the mistakes. I'm here for the flub ups. So you're now here for all of that too. In the meantime, welcome to Wine and Tea Time, where grown folks come to have real conversation. This is the grown folks table. We respect each other. We listen to different opinions, but we don't pretend. So tonight, we're going to talk about perception, how quickly stories form, how technology influences what we believe, and how the same misunderstandings show up in our relationships. We're getting into a viral celebrity narrative that may not be exactly what we thought it was. We're debating whether love languages actually explain people. And later, we're putting relationship habits on trial in deal breaker court. So, if you've got your glass, raise it with me to good wine, strong tea, and saying what needs to be said. Let's pour the wine and spill the tea. Mm. All right. Now let's get into it. But first, hold on one second. First, I have to make an introduction. And let me say this. Some friendships are superficial. Some friendships are situational. And then you have the friend who knows where all the emotional bodies are buried. This woman is my ride or die, the one who will hype me up, call me out, and if necessary, help me clean up the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome my bestie to the grown folks table, Ella. Hey,
Wow,
girl.
what an introduction.
Dude, I'm having so
What
much
an
fun with this.
introduction.
I am having so much fun. I love this.
So funny. No, I love it. I love it. Well, hello there. Hello. I'm back.
You're back.
Um, I don't think that there is any introductions needed. I feel like by now the
Everybody
people
knows
know
you.
me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they know you, Al. They know you.
No matter how much I try to fight it.
And let's just be clear for the audience. Um, our friendship developed around a meeting each other at Exotica, and you don't see a lot of us. But then
Hmm.
I asked Ella, "Can I interview you?" And Ella was like, "Okay, okay." And so I made her become my best friend after that.
Let me tell you, that was, it was fun. It was needed. It was, rip the band-aid off. So, and now we're here.
And now we're
So,
here. Now we're here.
yeah.
And
But
this whole this whole idea of, these conversations, so much of that is our actual real live friendship.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Jason. Hey Jason.
Enjoy the beer. I'm dry right now too.
Yeah, uh, here's to the sparkling.
Yeah.
That is.
Water is life.
Yes, Ella and I are actually we're gaming up for Exotica, but well, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing. But let me tell you what we're doing here today. Hold on, I'm trying to get to my paperwork here. Um, I want to talk about this story that really sort of went viral, and it went viral off of a photo of Usher and Justin Bieber at the Oscar party that Jay Z and Beyonce threw. I didn't get a chance to grab it, but most of us all saw it. It's a picture of Justin and Usher sort of face to face, nose to nose, and Justin is kind of pointing his finger in Usher's face, and Beyonce is in the background with a drink, observing, and everybody was talking about the fact that every article quoted TMZ saying that Usher approached Justin with energy and anger, which I thought was a very interesting comment. Energy and anger. Well, here's what I found out. And before I tell you what I found out, here's what my speculation was based off the picture. And Ella, I want to know what you thought. But my speculation was this was some sort of residual beef as a result of the weekend, the 48 hours that Bieber spent with Diddy, that was in a place, the undisclosed place that and Bieber had this look of, yeah, whatever he said, right? Um, I mean, because you know, now that we know what we know, there's no telling what happened that weekend. So I thought Justin is like distancing himself, because that's the rumor, that he's distancing himself from people. So that's where I thought this was possibly going.
Mhm.
But what were you thinking?
So, mm, do I think something happened? Perhaps. Do I think it is as serious as they're leading it to be? I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because I can't remember what the song is called, but years ago, somebody slapped somebody at one of their parties. I don't know if you remember this. It was some girl slapped another girl at one of their parties. And then Beyonce came out and said that if you want to party with the queen, you're going to have to sign a non disclosure.
Oh,
And she sang this during Beachella, and I don't remember how many years ago Beachella was.
okay.
So I'm thinking everybody had to sign an NDA in order and turn in their phones in
Ah,
order to go and
okay.
party with them.
Okay.
That's what I think. Do I think words were had? Possibly. but I know there would be no pictures. There's been no pictures linked since the elevator incident.
Ah,
Think
the
about it.
elevator.
Think about it.
Oh, the infamous elevator.
Being
Mm,
diehard Beehive since forever.
mm,
One thing she's I just and if it did happen again, everybody's under an NDA.
mm.
Everybody.
Okay.
And whoever like leaked it to TMZ, because there is a little bit of validity when it is TMZ, although they
Right.
have fucked up sometimes.
Right.
But whoever leaked it to TMZ, they are not going to be partying with J and B anymore. It's only a matter of time.
Right.
Like they nipped that in the bud within hours if that was the case. So,
So here's what's interesting. The photo is AI generated, and that's the photo everybody ran. So to your point, if Bay's now requiring an NDA and quite possibly confiscating phones, who knows? Maybe they didn't necessarily confiscate the phones, but
mhm,
has been said. It has been someone, I don't remember, I think it might have been on Twitter, someone actually admitted to the fact that the photo
mhm.
was AI generated,
It's a
which,
good AI.
right.
Like I saw all the fingers, like everything looked, anatomically correct.
Oh my God. She said I saw all the fingers, but you know what?
Right.
I've seen I've seen some stuff and yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But I here's what once I read that, because here's the thing, I set this up. This is what I wanted to talk about. Right, Sunday, I started putting this together and reading all of these various different things, and then today I normally will do my last minute. Let me review whatever I need to, whatever topics that are current events, if you will. And when I dug into this again, I was like, fake photo. Wait a minute. Everybody was reporting using this photo. How is that even possible? And so it made me sort of um ask this question, and hold on, we're going to get to the question. It made me want to ask the question, um whether or not we can trust what we're seeing anymore, right? So here's the poll question for all of you, which is, do you trust viral photos and videos? um I don't know, cuz this was good. This photo was good. Real good.
Oh man, there is a agency. I think it's Getty Images.
Mhm.
Like everybody, they don't do any retouches. If you have bad skin, you have bad skin. I believe that's the people that, are super reputable. I trust whatever they come out with.
Right. Right.
Everything else I'm kind of questioning, especially, and it's good that you brought up this, question because like in Europe, it's against the law to doctor any images, whether it be photos or videos, because they care about how kids, perceive themselves, you
Okay.
know? And so it's really big here, and I want to say in Australia, but in Europe, they don't play that. And so it's a hard to figure it out, especially with how fast AI is evolving.
Yeah. 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 I'm sorry. You should you shouldn't text your phone. You shouldn't check your phone.
Mm-mm.
Um it so I think what I find interesting about what you're saying about not being able to do it in other countries, not being able to use doctored photos. I have always been very, very, this is just a personal. This isn't shade at anybody, but I always personally have would I would rather spend a ton of time finding the right angle, the right position, the right light, the right whatever to
Yeah.
the best image of myself than have to have the photo edited. And granted, touching like airbrushing to soften something or smooth something, okay. But I've seen so many photos where I'm like, where I go, I'm not really sure I even recognize that person in the photo. And so I definitely have a little bit of angst as it relates to the AI generated photos. Um, because we've already been touching up our personal photos. So now if AI can literally
Yeah.
recreate a moment, we are screwed.
I mean, the deep fakes are already out there. There was already, an issue a few years ago where there is a very popular adult film star. I'll tell you who she is off camera.
Ugh.
They took her body and superimposed a very famous actress's face onto her body. And it made it look like that very famous actress was, an adult film star, had released like a sex tape.
Oh.
Mhm. And this happened a few years ago. So it's already out there.
Well, and see, but that goes back to my point of we've been doctoring our own personal photos,
Hmm.
and that falls right in line with this idea. And let's be even more honest. This has been a thing since even before software got easy to use, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen crude edited photos where someone literally cut somebody's head off and stuck it. The ones I often remember are like men, where their head gets cut off their body and it gets plopped on like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type body, whatever. It's clearly not real, clearly. But again, it just goes to the point of we've been doing this a long, long time, and we have been seeing what's real and what's not real for a long time.
Out of all of the examples, that's the example you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it hits
I'm
home. It
sorry.
gets to the point. Like, I get it. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Do I think there was some beef? Yes. I think Justin is very, damaged. I feel like everybody took advantage of him, as they do with most child stars,
Hmm.
and he has beef with everybody. I hope he gets the healing that he clearly needs, you know.
Yeah,
So, because every adult had a hand in whatever happened to him.
literally. I mean, maybe literally, alleged, maybe
Allegedly.
allegedly. We'll go with that.
Allegedly. I don't want any cease and desist coming to my house.
Mm-mm. Me neither, to be quite honest. Me neither. But but yeah, I'm telling you, I was all geared up to talk about this whole friction between them, and then to have it kind of go the other way. I'm like, shit,
Hmm.
this isn't exactly what I thought it was. Okay,
Wow,
interesting.
wow. Yeah, I was like, oh, drama. Oh, that's
Right.
it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, I was ready to talk about the whole Beyonce Jay Z aspect, talking about Usher always seeming a little mild mannered, and there he is acting ignorant, and lo and behold, it ain't none of that. J.R. Dews made the comment, if you saw it, we are already in a time of AI where we are licensing AI likenesses of a person to be used as a company sees fit. And I'm yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Listen, I, let me just be honest. It happened to me. I had to actually tell someone I didn't give you permission to do that. I don't do that to myself, let alone give you permission to
It was a
pick
little
the guy
creepy
like
too. I'm not gonna, no shade. It was a little creepy because I'm like, no, no. It was like giving fembot Casey.
yeah, that might have been intriguing to someone. I don't know. Hmm.
You know, there's those very realistic sex dolls out now, so maybe
Maybe.
we don't yuck anybody's yum here.
Oh my God, no! Listen, I, it wasn't a fembot, but it was definitely one of those life size dolls, and she felt delicious inside and out.
Oh,
Hmm.
another story for another time,
Another story for
perhaps.
time. Or you need to hang out with me and Ella at Exotica, and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But in the meantime, hold on for a little commercial break. I gotta do a better transition on that. But listen, if you are coming to Exotica Chicago, I am bringing a small stack of calendars. Um, hold on one second. Let me see something. Um, I need to see. Okay, wait, hold on. We're about to. I'm bringing. Okay.
Oh, you're bringing your calendar back.
Yeah.
I got you.
I
I
had to do
got
that
you.
quick so I don't get in trouble. So if you missed it, just hit the replay.
Right.
Or come to Exotica Chicago and get you one. So
See the real thing.
the, the real calendar is what you're saying.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm
Come
just
see the real tangible calendar,
calendar. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
not person.
Well, I mean, I'll be there, but you
But
won't.
I get it.
Yeah, okay, good.
You won't be able to see the real thing. You'll be able to see. Don't mind me, I'm a little high. Continue.
Okay. All right. That was a little too much like Casey and Ella under normal circumstances.
This is true. This is true. All right.
um.
Back. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's next on the docket?
Okay. So. Um.
Love languages.
So yeah, love languages. So here's the deal. The whole conversation about the images and how we interpret what we see, how we interpret people's behavior, people's intentions. That's a thing that I think we do outside of just trying to figure out what we're experiencing on social media. This is something we live with in our day to day. It's how we interact with our significant others, with our friends, with our family. We don't just argue about what happened. We argue about what we thought you meant by what you did or what you said. And I think in relationships, so many of us turn to this whole idea of the love languages to explain either ourself or someone else. So here's my question. Do you think that the five love languages is a viable means for understanding your partner, or do you think it actually creates misunderstandings? Ella, what say ye?
Um, Me personally, I think love language thing is bullshit. And the reason why is because you need all of them.
All right, well, since
Like,
you said all of them, keep talking while I put them
you
on.
can't, yeah, you need all of them. You can't, I'm not accepting a gift from a stranger. Like we've had to like communicate with each other in I just feel like you need all of them.
So let me give you a quick explanation of all of these five love languages. Words of affirmation. Love is expressed through spoken or written appreciation. Quality time. Love feels strongest when someone gives you their focused attention. Receiving gifts. Love is communicated through thoughtful tokens and gestures. Acts of service. Love shows up through helpful actions that make life easier. And physical touch. Love is felt through appropriate physical connection. Now, I know I've taken the test. Did you take the test?
I did.
And what did it say you were?
And I feel like, again,
I,
it's bullshit.
I'm I'm okay with that. I am because I don't disagree. You have to have a mix of.
It's either that or like I'm asking for too much.
No, I don't think so. But
You know,
I still want to know, Elle, what.
what did I score the highest on?
Uh-huh.
Receiving gifts. But it was just, I just feel that you have to know me and work up to that. Like, I still appreciate the words of affirmation. I'm a girl. I need, one, two, four, and five.
Uh-huh.
You know, I feel like I need one, two, three, five, and then four. I don't know.
Oh, you're actually saying in what order?
Yeah, I don't know. Because here's the thing. Sometimes, like tomorrow, my love language might be, I don't know, acts of service. Go mow my lawn. I don't know.
Ooh, that right there.
You know, the dishes are done. That's hot.
You're gonna get it now.
Here's your gold star. No,
Okay,
but what was yours?
so I came out as physical touch.
Mm.
Yeah, and um, I I don't even know. Like I thought I would have been words of affirmation. As I was answering the questions, I clearly saw I wasn't acts of service. Um, and I knew I wasn't quality time because it's my personality tell is I'm comfortable in
I
my.
like me. I like my
Yeah,
quality time.
I do too. So I'm like, I've always been that person because I
Visit for
for
a little bit, but leave me alone.
and I grew up as an only child for a very long time. And so
Hmm.
I learned to be good with myself. So quality time, I love it, but I certainly don't need it. Um I do enjoy gifts. Um okay, so I'm going to be honest. I enjoy gifts. It is not a requirement. However, I will feel some kind of way.
Let me also flip it too, because you also like show your love language, and one of my love languages to my nearest and dearest is giving gifts
Okay.
as well. You know, so is there any where you feel like, oh no, this is my personality, this is what I pour into others? Because I think that's why mine was gifts.
Okay, like I said, for me personally, I guess I came up as physical touch, but in terms of how I like to interact with other people, it's somewhere between words of affirmation and acts of service, and it's probably leans more towards words of affirmation.
Mm,
So especially my mother and I will get into conversations, and she'll say something that immediately turns me into a cheerleader, and she'll
yeah.
even to the extent of being like, okay, that's enough, just that's enough. No, but I'm like, yeah, but you know, yeah, but you know. So, yeah, and I think, and here's what I found interesting about words of affirmation that, and again, I'm going to just attribute it to my own personal style, is it's not just a straight "you're the best." It's usually more along the lines of, how can I encourage you to, say, shift from the shitty mood you're in to a
Yeah.
better mood, or how can I, what can I say to support the great idea you have, even if that support comes in the form of not constructive criticism, but just a critique. Here's how I can say support. Great idea. Here's something you should think about, or whatever. Like, I am definitely going to be that person that tries to figure out how to hype you up, and it not be bullshit. Because I'm also,
Yeah.
don't hype me with bullshit. Don't, inflate my ego, and there's nothing to keep my ego inflated afterwards. So,
Makes sense. Because you always tell if like a compliment isn't genuine. So you can always tell. It always has like a little nicety tone to it.
did you say nice tea?
I sure did. I sure did. Was I listening to that song earlier? Yes.
But it's funny that you even say it that way, because yeah, I don't know, how many times do you get someone who pays you a compliment and you kind of go, the fuck does that mean? What are you really saying to me?
I mean, there's been times where I've given people compliments and they took it as offense or they didn't like believe me. And I was like, you know what? I take that shit back. And I'm a firm believer in pretty girls giving other pretty girls compliments
Yes,
because
yes.
we hate on each other so much already. So when a pretty girl has the confidence to go up and tell the other pretty girl you're hot, you know,
Right.
it does something for us.
It does.
Not saying that, the ones that aren't that pretty don't mean it, but it means something when a really pretty one that we think is pretty says it,
And
you know?
so let me piggyback on that and go one step further. I don't mind, for lack of a better way of putting it, telling the not so pretty girl what there is that is flattering about her. Because I think the pretty
Hmm.
girl is oftentimes accustomed to being told she's pretty. And,
True.
and don't misunderstand. I'm not trying to say I won't comment. But I also think, if that girl has a cute outfit, if that girl has pretty nails, if that girl
True.
is fire,
We
like,
are not discriminating on the pretty.
right.
I'm just saying if we saw somebody that we would hypothetically smash and they came to us and they were like gooning over us,
Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
I'm not touching that live.
Chicago.
I'm not touching
Well, more in a few weeks.
yeah, live, because that just can go so many ways. That,
I know. I got everybody thinking.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, Ella, that you do. Okay, that being said, we're gonna switch gears yet again. Hold on one second here. Okay, so Exotica fans, or Casey fans, preferably, come see me in these cities this year. I will be at Exotica Chicago, April 10 through 12, Minneapolis, June 26th through 28th, and that is my birthday month. So if you find me in Minneapolis, I know I said that my love language is not receiving gifts, but shit, it's my birth.
Hmm.
It's my birthday month. Um, I will be in New Jersey, October 23rd through 25th, and Miami, December 4th through 6th. Normally Miami would be in June, but with since we are now doing Minneapolis and the Miami hotel was being renovated, they moved us to December 4th through 6th, which if you know anything, you also know that that is the same weekend as Art Basel. So it'll be quite the interesting weekend in Miami. So, yeah,
Gonna be
you might want to
fun.
check that out.
Watch Casey Carter and her co-host, Carrie Anthony and Desiree on Exotica TV's BoobTube, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on YouTube and Twitter at Exotica TV. Join the ladies each week as they talk about what's hot and what's not on TV, streaming, and in theaters. Don't miss them and Jay, the man behind the sound effects. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Exotica TV.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, so this is a segment that um, Ella and I have talked about in varying degrees on varying occasions. And this is what we are calling deal breaker court. Um, and it's basically going to be what situations, what circumstances would be a deal breaker for a relationship for you. Um, and while I set this up, because you're gonna get to vote on various things. While I set this up, Ella, why don't you throw out some of your deal breakers?
Or, as we like to call it, red flags. You know, um, when somebody says all their exes are crazy, all of them,
Mm.
all, and this is like either gender.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So please don't think that I'm just, dogging them in. No, because
Nope.
we have issues too.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody is crazy but you. I
Mm-hmm.
have a problem with that. Big red flag. So I don't even want to know the situation. I don't want to know. All I know is you're a liar. I'm keeping it moving. Um,
Okay.
it is never you, it's them. That lets me know that you don't take responsibility.
So that's a deal breaker or is that a red flag?
Both.
Okay. And just real quick for all of you watching, um shout out to the grown folks table. All right. This is what I'm looking for you to do in this moment. I need for you to type deal breaker, red flag, workable, or not an issue as we run through some of these ideas. Let me know what you're thinking. And let's talk about it because this is what she and I are talking about, but I'm sure you got some stuff that you would love to talk about. So yeah.
So all my exes are crazy. Deal breaker.
Damn.
It's never me, it's them. Red flag. When you see their name pop up on your phone and you instantly get anxiety, it's workable because that means that there's a miscommunication somewhere.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
I think so. I think so. I think that it is, you got to get something off your chest. And depending on how that person handles that issue, that's where the anxiety comes in. But it's almost like a rip. You never know. The person could be like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that I
Mm.
was being a jack off. My bad." And so then it turns into not an issue. So that's why I say it's workable. It's leaning to red flag though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Leaning like it's teetering.
Oh yeah.
Um, love bombing, red flag,
Why is love bombing a red flag?
because it's not sustainable. You can't keep it up.
Okay.
You gotta be, I would be exhausted love bombing somebody. And it's absolutely creepy. It's absolutely creepy. There is not one thing about me you don't find weird.
Okay, so then let me just for the sake of everybody being on the same page, how do you describe love bombing? What exactly does that look like?
Ooh, that is a great question. For me, it is I love you, I love you, I love you for like a few days and then ghost for like 2, 3 weeks. Come back. I love you. I'm sorry. I love you. Let me help you. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me prove it to you. Ghost. It's very
Okay.
whiplash. That's what I would consider
Okay.
love bombing.
Okay.
You are telling me one thing, but your actions are totally saying something completely different.
Mm.
What about you?
So some of my deal breakers, and I wrote it down. Feeling unappreciated. The idea that and I don't mean appreciate it because I did something for you because um, you know, whatever. You can have this feeling that the person you're with doesn't really care or doesn't have a level of interest in you and the things that bring joy to your life. So yeah, feeling unappreciated, feeling unsupported, and again, that's a personal thing. You know when you don't feel supported. If you've got a great idea, or if you're struggling with something and you talk to them about it, and there's like they have nothing for you. It's one thing to say, "Hey, I'm not really sure how to advise you." It's another thing for there to be silence after
The
you.
blank stare.
Yeah. There's another thing for them to like for there to be nothing after you've said what you said.
Right. And you're like, am I the dummy?
Right,
Am I
right,
I'm stupid.
right. Uh-huh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
So,
got you on that one.
and then
Yeah.
that led me to feeling like my partner isn't listening or doesn't see me. So, you can be talking, 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 and then again, you're done talking. And I'm not saying you have a problem. I'm just saying you're talking, 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 and again, silence. And then if they do respond, they respond with something that seems to be unrelated to what you just spent 10 minutes talking about. And you're like, what are you talking about? Because that's not what
Or
I.
then they turn that energy on with somebody else.
Then they turn that energy on with someone else. Yes, that too. Okay, now I also have a list of petty. Eating with your mouth open or smacking while eating. Fucked up feet, like rough, ashy feet. Long fingernails on a man, especially if they're
Oh,
dark.
especially the coke nail.
And let me say this: this is something I remember in high school. Um, there were a couple of guys like on the football team who we weren't even involved, right? We were just cool. And I used to think when I was looking at their hands, I'm like, are you putting those fingers in deep, moist places with dirt under them? Gross. Absolutely gross. And then
Yeah.
I had that same feeling for and I'm not necessarily saying that you had long nails and dirt. I'm just saying you had dirt under your nails. That is, don't don't touch me with that. Let's get you a nail art
Right.
and let's just brush that out, right? And then the dudes with the long nails, and I'm not talking just this. I'm talking like all of them.
Yeah.
Where are you going with those? Do not.
I was having this conversation with a really good friend, and um, I just feel that stuff like that, cleanliness can be cultural sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I don't think they're petty.
Yeah.
I they if people can have like standards for us,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we have standards for them? Just like my petty, I stand with you on everything that you said. I'm gonna add hat fishing and is not an eater.
Okay. Okay. So wait, y'all. Wait. Wait. And wait a second. So Ella threw out hat fishing at me the other day. And let me just be motherfucking honest. I thought she meant to say catfishing. But no, she meant to say hat fishing. And so I said, friend, what is hat fishing? And friend said,
Hat fishing. One who wears hats to hide the size of their head. Think of Neo. You think he's cute and everything, and then he takes off his hat and it's just like a big old mess, looking like a Ninja Turtle. No shade to Neo.
that sounded like lots of shade for Neo.
Listen, he got three girlfriends, so clearly he's doing something that I'm not doing. Okay? So let me not even talk shit because listen, they love that little Ninja Turtle looking.
Oh my God. Okay, friend.
But anyway, that's what it is. They take off the hat, and it's not like who could wear hats, take put them on and take them off, and like you're like yes, either way. Method Man, LL Cool J.
Mm, mm, mm,
Mhm.
mm,
Either
mm,
way.
mm, mm.
Now, to be honest, Neo was cute until he took that hat off.
Okay. Okay, friend. Okay.
Be honest, you can't unsee it.
Let me say this.
And I know it's petty and it's shady and it's shallow. I
I,
don't care.
I'm gonna say this. So I had the I had the pleasure of seeing him at my job, my day job. I'm not going to explain why I saw him because then you'll know exactly where my day job is if you know anything about him. But
Was he wearing a hat?
well, here's how my story goes. I don't I can't say yeah, he was. He was. He was. Cuz I remember we were outside and coworker and I were walking up to the patio area where he was at and he was taking photos and it's funny cuz he was taking photos with girls who looked like they just graduated from high school and I'm thinking this grown ass okay. Okay, whatever. It's okay. But when you said that about the hat head thing, the hat fishing, it took me back to that moment and I was like now I'm wondering what did it look like under the hat? I really am. But we're not going to get stuck on the hat fishing. I just had to bring that up.
I mean, that's, yeah.
But it does take me to a couple of other ideas that I'm like, and I'm not going to say these are petty, but I did put them in my petty category. One was men who have fucked up shoes, men in fucked up shoes. Like, and I mean scuffed or the heel. You've had that shoe for so long, the heel on is
Talking.
yeah. Because I think every man should have at least one good pair of shoes. One good pair of shoes. You don't have to have a whole closet full of good shoes, but you should have at least one good pair of shoes. I know when I was raising my son, I always made sure he had one good pair of shoes in case we had to get dressed to go somewhere. Which brings me to the next thing on my list, which is I got a problem with a dude who doesn't have a Sunday best. Now, I'm not saying you got to have a three-piece suit. I'm not even saying you have to have a sports coat. What I'm saying is, what's the outfit you go in the closet to grab when you know you got to be cleaner than the Board of Health? You got a nice shirt,
Right.
a tie, a sweater vest, nice slacks that actually fit you. Like,
Because we don't want to see Nike quarter zips.
I'm just
Keep
saying.
the sweats for the gym.
I'm just saying. I'm not because listen, I think those two things are absolutely workable, right? Like I put them in my petty category, but I do think they're workable because listen, your budget may not call for certain things, but there are ways of getting it in there.
But I also think that, you got to know that there's a certain caliber of person that's going to approach you. And I can't see well, never mind. Take that back. Never mind.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be very, very honest and tell you why I put those two things in my petty category. I'm again, let me admit, they are workable. The reason they're in my petty category is because if I see you like that, I don't see you. And that's probably making me petty as opposed to the issue being petty. But I am being honest about me. Like what you said, Ellen, made me have to be honest about why I put it in the petty category. That's a me thing.
If you don't lotion your hands, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Yeah, because
If you like, I'm go back to DJ Khaled. I don't know how he's been married for so long and he's not either.
money,
Like
money, money.
she's got to have one on the side because what do you mean? I mean, I know I would,
I,
but again, that's a petty reason.
you know, yeah, no,
You know,
yeah, okay, yeah, I feel you.
yeah. I heard that there's whole cultures that choose not to
Yes,
reciprocate. And so I choose not to even deal with those cultures.
and I was
I will
gonna
not be
say there would.
saying those cultures
Oh
on
no,
here.
we
I'm
don't
not
know,
going to.
but there would be
Just
no.
know that I know.
And reciprocate wouldn't even be a part of the vocabulary because, to your point, no, we wouldn't have to be in that relationship for me to say, "Why won't you reciprocate?" That's okay.
We are adults.
It's quite okay. It's
Like at this, let me shut up.
yeah. We're gonna. I got two more things that made my list. One of them is being too clingy. I can't stand a clingy dude. I can't. I can't. Can't. Because I got questions. Why are you so clingy? Why are you
It's
in
all
my center?
strange.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
And then the last one on my list was someone who's jealous or insecure. Um, and what I mean by that is you're uncomfortable with me being places you're not. You're uncomfortable hearing about the people that were in the space that I was,
Yeah.
whether you're there or not. Like I got an issue with that. If I'm with you, I'm with you. And it's ironic because I had this conversation with someone earlier today. If I'm with you, whether I'm present in front of you or whether I'm not present in front of you. And
Yeah.
I feel like if you're on your shit, you're not worried about me.
Yeah. Because once you start questioning me, I get petty. I don't know. Did I?
And so for me, I need to know, why is that your go-to response? Is that guilt that you're demonstrating? And so
Right.
you're putting that down on me.
Projecting.
Right. Like, is that, what are we doing? Do I need to be checking you? And
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. Because you're going to stay mad. I can't help who comes and talks to me.
No, can't. And I'm not going to.
Not going to.
And
You're just going to have to stay mad.
and this part for me, if I'm that partner that has a lot of people trying to holler at me, and especially if you and I are in the same place, the best response you could have is not so much to be mean mugging people or to sort of in a angry way let folks know we're together, but rather find that cool spot where you could be like, yeah, she hot, right? Yeah.
There's a fine line for that. There's a very, very fine line for that. And I've seen it done. I've seen it executed beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-mm.
the complete antithesis.
And it's usually that more than done well. Mm-hmm.
To then make me want to be like, well, hold the fuck up. Last time I checked, I paid my own bills.
Ooh.
So now I need to go and have a deep conversation with said person that you have beef with.
See,
Petty,
yeah,
petty.
I was gonna say this. That's where my friend goes. That is,
It's I don't know. Is it a Pisces thing? It's a Pisces thing. I think it's a Pisces thing.
I don't
Because
know.
when they go low, we go straight to hell. Like there
Oh
is
my god.
no there is no you're taking it too far. I guess I will take it all the way
All the
there.
way.
I all the way and stop and loop back around just to make sure we're all clear that I took it there. We're all uncomfortable now. I
Okay.
don't it's oldest daughter Pisces. I don't know. I just don't give a shit. Like, because as soon as I start feeling uncomfortable, guess what? Everybody's gonna feel uncomfortable now.
Everyone's gonna feel uncomfortable.
We're all gonna feel uncomfortable.
Lord,
Don't test
please.
my gangster. Don't do it.
Oh, and let me tell you, I I love being with this one because it's almost like it's like she picks fights, and I don't mean like literal fights. I don't mean it in that way. But girlfriend be out there eyeing it, like she's eyeing opportunity, and I'm just there waiting, like, all right, friend, I got you, I got you.
I mean, it's one
Whatever
of those
you do, I got
things where are you gonna come and tell me what I said? You know, let me confirm or deny it. And if I did say it, let me confirm it.
you.
I love, because what you got to say after that when somebody says, like, yeah, I said it, you
it's
know?
it's hard to follow up on that. It's hard to follow that because the person who's coming to you to say, Ella, I heard that you said, and they come with a whole lot of attitude, whole lot of energy, whole lot of ready to fight. And then the minute you go, mm-hmm, I said, and let me tell you what else I said. Then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
There's
Okay.
only been like one or two situations where I was like, no, I did not say that. And it's because I genuinely like the person.
Hmm.
But every other time there has been, I heard that you said this and I wasn't there. I'll let them, like, you've already made up your mind that I said it. So I said it. What else did I say? Tell me.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay.
But the only people that I pick fights with are the fake psychics there. That's all. I behave myself with everybody else. I do. I do. Until they stare at me. And then I like looking at people too. But I'm staring at you with a smile or a smirk.
Okay, friend.
I don't know.
Anyway,
But we do hope to see you guys
please.
in
Please.
Chicago because you we will be doing crazy stuff there. Legal stuff.
Legal.
And if you are a part of our inner circle, and if you're watching, you know who you are, get with either Casey or I because we will also be doing our dessert tasting.
Mm. And let me tell you, we stumbled into that.
That's
we
a that's a
we stumbled into that, and that turned it. So here's what we did. We started by having champagne toasts and being real gangster and bringing our own bottle of champagne to the parties, and not only making them let us have this champagne, but having them get us glasses and the whole nine. at one point, girlfriend actually had them get us a section. She had a section created for us so we could drink our champagne with permission from the bar. Last year, we had a situation where it turned into champagne and dessert. And it went from being me and Ella to be me, Ella, and a whole bunch of people, except for the person
Like
who gave us the dessert. But that's another
8 or 9 of us, but that's another
that's
story,
another story.
private
So
story. We
so
appreciate the
oh my
person
God,
that
we had a
gave
good
us,
time. We had a good time.
yes, we appreciate the person that gave us
The
the
dessert.
desserts.
Hmm.
And now, because of that, we do it at every show.
Exactly. It has now turned into a thing. So thank you for that. You know. Anywho. All right. So Ella, I'm gonna have you just hang out for a sec. Don't go anywhere after we close out. But I just want to thank everyone. Tonight's conversation really was about one thing, which is awareness. I know it seems like I just tied it all together into that one word, but and honestly, it really was because it's awareness of how quickly perception becomes reality, awareness of how technology can shape narratives before facts are arrived at, and awareness of how everyday behaviors influence the way we feel in relationships. Um, whether we're talking about viral stories, emotional communication, or the habits that slowly become deal breakers, patterns reveal truth over time. So take what you heard and apply it thoughtfully. Question what you see, communicate what you need, and pay attention to what consistently brings you peace. Thank you for sitting at the grown folks table, to good wine, strong tea, and saying what needs to be said. And if you do me a favor, if you hang out for a little bit, we got a little bit more chat for you. So hold on. All right. So this is
That was fun.
yeah, this is our after the show moments. This is where we have a little bit more conversation. So, thank you for hanging out with us a little bit longer. Thank you, Ella, for hanging out with me a little bit longer. I have to admit, sometimes the best conversations are the ones after the camera goes off, even though the camera is technically still on. I know when we do boob tube, the best conversations are just prior to the show. But I'm curious, Ella, like what topic for you was like the most standout?
Um, I mean, definitely the very first one with that AI photo and how it tricked everybody, and like I said, when I was referring back to that song, we had talked about everything pre-show. The song didn't come to my mind until we actually started the show. Like, wait, she said that you had to sign an NDA if you wanted to party with her. Like, I know the entire song. But that's another. So, and knowing how private she is,
Right.
I'm like, no way. There's no way. Like, and if there was, that person is not getting invited back.
Mm-mm. No, I have to admit that too for me was a surprise. The idea that this story went viral because it was Jay Z. I'm sorry, because it was Justin and Usher, because it was at Beyonce and Jay Z's party. Um, and so I was ready to like go all in, and then to find out that the picture wasn't real. And for me, the not only was the picture not real, but there were so many news outlets that ran the picture, based their
Yeah.
story on what the picture looked like it was saying. And when you read all of the articles, first and foremost, everybody was quoting TMZ. Everybody was using this strange line of energy and anger. But nobody had an explanation for what the heated conversation was. Nobody heard it. Nobody knows for sure. The one thing that was reported that did kind of stick with me was the idea that whatever this exchange was, Bieber left the party immediately after. So something was said.
Yeah. Something happened.
Something was said. But I did find it quite fascinating that even the media did not fact check and ran the story. So it goes to show that not only are we as people, everyday people, prone to falling for good fakes, but even the media is quick to just go with it because it looked good. I mean, how are you not doing your research and confirming that that is what it looks like?
I feel like they're going to have to pass some sort of, I don't know if they're even talking about it, but pass some sort of law or something where they have to have like a little watermark or something on photos or videos showing that they're AI. I know that they do that on like TikTok. They're like, this is an
Right,
AI video. I know some X videos, they
right, right.
say clearly that it's AI, it's more, but I feel like, it's not forced. It's more of a strong suggestion that they should do it. And like I said, in Europe, they don't play that. You're not like when I go back, I'll have to bring some of like the tabloid magazines back because they do not airbrush or anything. These celebrities is hilarious.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. I know my
So
angles and my light. So,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's, I don't know. That's very interesting. But again, I want to thank you, Ella, for joining, for letting folks sort of take a peek into what we talk about when we have our own little personal wine and tea time. So,
I mean, this is the PG version.
oh my God, it is so PG. You guys have no idea.
So
It's
PG.
so
So
PG.
turned out. Yeah.
But again, if you're in Chicago between April 10th and 12th, come check us out at Exotica. Hang out with us. We are definitely having our, well, we're having a multiple occasions, but
But don't be weird.
don't be
Hang
weird.
out, but don't be weird. Don't be that
Which
guy.
means don't lurk in the background.
Because we will talk about you the next wine and tea time.
Just come over and speak. Yeah, and we will be
Yes.
talking about you because I promise you, I'm gonna pick up that phone and take a picture of you lurking in the background. Just saying. But all right, y'all. Thank you. I'll see you on BoobTube. Bye.
Bye, guys.